Welcome to the podcast.
Smells like shit in here.
Wow, demonetized.
We weren't even monetized to begin with.
Yeah, I know. This is the
Smells like shit.
This is the
In case you
Cross
didn't know,
ExAnime
the fucking
Podcast.
bathroom's right here. That's your culprit right there.
My name is Justus. This is my co-host Matt. We talk about anime and apparently shit and manga. This is episode 23.
23, yeah. Almost half a year.
Woo. Woo.
Woo.
Matt said he was going to be more animated.
Yeah.
Animated.
Cue animation now. Blows entire budget.
Turns into 2D character.
Yeah.
Speaking
Speaking of Gura's streaming right now.
She is.
I can't
Too bad.
open this. I don't have nails.
Oh, fuck it.
Listen, it smells like shit in here. You can at least do this for me. Thanks, babe.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about
Shows. Anime.
Yes. Do you want to start first or do you want me to start first?
Attack on Titan got fucking delayed for a week, and I'm fucking pissed. I'm not saying I watched it on a sketchy third-party platform. Sorry, we didn't discuss this, but I just now remember that Attack on Titan's delayed. Rather than upload it or release it on a Tuesday, you're going to wait till next Sunday. So I got to wait 3 more days to actually watch it on Crunchyroll, even though I've already seen what happens, because platforms already released it, and then they took it down an hour later, but that's more than enough time for people to pirate it and upload it on YouTube. Also, sorry, Japan, that you had yet another earthquake. Did you get fucked over there with earthquakes? It's not even like they get tiny earthquakes. They get like fucking massive earthquakes out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere, but
Yeah, it happens. So
because you're talking about slime,
yes,
I'm not keeping up with slime. I need to. I know people are gonna fucking die.
lots of people.
Lots of people. Sorry,
I mean,
lots of people are gonna die.
When you consider that at the end of the most recent episode, there was already a lot.
I heard it was like a Naruto moment where he's just like standing there like this or some shit. I've only seen pictures of it and stuff people have described.
So, the currently season 2 has done a fairly decent job of kind of getting back into like, oh, there's a little bit of wholesomeness, but there's always something kind of brewing underneath. They are basically at war right now. The Tempest, the nation that Rimuru had made.
Wait, that's his name?
Huh?
Or she? I have no idea. He.
Yeah.
That's a woman.
No, that's a man.
Don't lie to me.
He did absorb the body of a woman, so it's a masculine, feminine version. There's a pecker there somewhere. But he's
Konosuba.
Currently basically trying to revive his fallen comrades because, of course,
Revive them?
Yeah. So
He has the power to bring people back from death, and he's upset that someone died.
So he currently doesn't have the power to bring someone back from death. He's trying to become a demon lord, which would give him that power.
He's gonna work at a restaurant.
No. God, I hate that. It's such a shitty joke.
Fuck you! It was a great joke, right?
No. But
You laughed at.
I'm laughing at how bad it is, not how good it is.
So he's got to kill all these fucking people in order to bring him back.
Yeah.
So it's like a fucking Philosopher's Stone situation.
Kind of. Essentially, the biggest issue right now is Foulmouth.
I haven't seen the show.
Yeah,
That means I got pictures here. Like, is it one of these people?
No.
Oh.
So the nation, it's a human nation.
Yeah.
Of course, they have like a holy church, and they feel like they're way better than any monster.
Crusades.
Basically. And they come in and they just kill as many people.
So is this
And
like an
then they
Overlord
leave.
situation?
Kind of. A little bit. And they're like, oh, we'll be back. Like, either you surrender to us or we slaughter the rest of you. And there were a couple barriers set up, like, prior to them because, of course, they're like absolute pussies. They have to like input 2 barriers, one to make the monsters weak and then to make them at their magic weak as well. So it's like, oh, you guys can't even fight fair because you know you'll lose, like pussy ass fuckers.
Hey, it's a smart move. Put yourself in an advantage situation.
Yeah. So far, though, there's at least one person in that picture I know that's currently dead.
Is it this person?
No.
Is that person?
Yes.
Oh.
She's dead.
Big titty chick's dead?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's, I forget what her name is, but she was killed by one of these people that were also reincarnated.
Oh, I remember seeing a screen cap of that.
Mm-hmm.
Screen cap.
And his goal is basically, because there were these 2 barriers set up, their souls should be trapped within the barriers, and if he becomes a demon lord, the lore is those who become a demon lord, right when they become a demon lord, can like revive someone.
So how long has she been dead? Just like overnight?
2 days or so.
That body's been decomposing, man.
Yeah,
just
they have
saying.
healing potions. But in the lore, which you actually find out that's basically her backstory.
Megamine?
No. I forget what her name is. They've barely shown her this season.
Red-haired chick.
Pink-haired. There's
Oh.
2 pink-haired.
Oh, well.
So part of the issue is they haven't really talked about her or shown her too much this season, which is kind of annoying because I figured she would have.
I remember seeing pictures of this show from season 1. It looks so cute and like innocent. Now it's, people are going to fucking die.
Yeah, so he's currently basically on a crusade.
A reverse crusade?
Yeah.
The other people were crusading and he's just stepping up to it.
Milim.
Milim? That's her name?
Yeah. Milim. I knew it started with an M. But yeah, it's, and then Shion is the purple-haired one that's currently dead.
This bitch dead. She don't matter anymore.
Oh, but she's such a nice character.
She's dead. It doesn't matter.
Wow,
she's nicely dead.
Shut up.
But listen, we've seen Fullmetal Alchemist. You can't bring people back from the dead.
Well, this is a different world. So yeah, and they have currently destroyed the original pillars that were bringing up the barrier, and then they've reinforced it with their own new barrier as of this last episode. And Rimuru is hovering above the main camp, which is 20,000 strong, and he put up a magic barrier that like makes it to where they can't use magic. And he's like, I don't have sympathy for you. You will become my food, essentially, to become stronger. And
does he just have to kill him, or does he eat him?
I have no
idea.
Basically, kill them. Like, it's kind of like Fullmetal Alchemist, where you need the battlefield to like
create a blood stain.
Yeah, and that's kind of what's happening here. For him to become a demon lord, he needs to kill at least 10,000. There's 20,000 conveniently in that army.
Is there some like demon accountant that's like, you know what, nice, kill 10,000?
Who knows? But yeah, so that's currently going on, and right at the end of the episode, there was a couple satisfying things for the most recent episode. Three people who have already been reincarnated into that world and have kind of talked about like old Japan and their previous
he's not
lives.
the only one?
No,
I thought it was just
it's fairly common. There's been a small handful of people that you can tell that they've talked about like previous lives. Apparently, there were a small section that have like been summoned there because, of course, people were trying to like take advantage of like power wise, and he was just naturally reincarnated there. Yeah, those 3 shitheads that were part of Falmouth like army. One of them, who was the most cocky one, got his fucking head chopped off.
Oh, is
And
that the
it
picture I saw with like a giant boar dude or some
No,
shit? Oh,
that was another dude. But yeah, the one dude's not even like super worth it. He's tall, skinny, light brown hair, but super fucking cocky. And of course, he's talking about like, oh, like he has foresight, so he can see the steps that are about to be taken from someone. And the older Oni, and that's what these are, like Shion and them. These ones right over here. The oldest one is very, very skilled with a sword, let's say. And even though this guy has foresight, he basically uses it as a punishment, where when the dude's head gets chopped off, because of course he's too slow, he grabs his head in midair and he's like, now you can use this time to repent and realize just how cocky you are. And it's like, fuck you. Yeah. And then that guy's name was Kyoga. I've got the list up here now. And they finally get back to the last dude, Shogo, who is basically like a berserker ability, super strong. He's like, oh, well, what happened to Kyoya? And he's like, oh, yeah, that cocky little shit, and throws his head right over to his friend. So, yeah, that was pretty good. Slime has done a very good job of just keeping action and having those levels of seriousness mixed in with some of the like lighthearted stuff. Like they've done a fairly good job of having like episodes with a solid tone instead of like things being right in the middle of like super seriousness to like silly. Like that's not happening too much, which is nice. I don't like being taken out of like a serious moment just for a gag.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's funny.
It works okay sometimes in like ReZero.
Mm-hmm. And then yeah, the episode, the most recent episode, basically ends with Rimuru hovering over the main camp, and he's, you know, like I said, you'll basically be my fuel to become a demon lord, and he summoned these like rain droplets, which he's like says his spell to attack, and they're basically fucking bullets, kind of. And as like people are dying, his internal you've seen season 1, right?
No, I've seen none of it.
Oh, he basically has like an internal like system that can update him on information. I don't know specifically kind of what it's called. It basically can tell him about like abilities and stuff like that. It literally just starts counting bodies. And by the time the episode ends, within like a minute or two, it's literally up to like 5,235 dead. And it's just counting up for him. It's like, whoo.
He's going to kill a few more people. That'll be good. That'll be good, G.
Yeah. So that was pretty good.
I'm moving on to our next show.
Yeah. It's been
spent too much time on
Slime. Sorry. We hadn't talked about it this season.
No, my show that I'm watching, because Justus is watching Slime. I'm watching a show he's not watching. It's So I'm a Spider, So What? Why are you ducking? Oh. So I want you to guess. Guess who's the main character in this shot. I want you to guess.
This one.
Why not the other ones? Why not the other ones? Why don't you think the other ones are?
Because they're brothers.
You'd be fucking wrong, because the spider is schizophrenic and all these are her. What? That's the shit that threw me off. Like the newest episode I'm fucking watching, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, okay. And it finally clicks with me. Because this one, so basically she gained, So I'm a Spider, So What? She's basically in a game. Like there's stats and everything. It's kind of like when you think about Konosuba. But the thing is, Konosuba, you have a sheet and you like earn skill points. This is the same thing, but you level up. It's kind of like a Valheim. Think of it exactly like that. You grind for skills. So the more you kick, the more you level up kicking. The more you chop, the more you level up chopping. Same thing for this. For anyone that doesn't know, long story short, whole class got isekai'd. The main character got isekai'd as a spider. Everyone else got isekai'd as a human. Now, the thing that threw me off in this most recent episode, you just learned in the most recent episode, there's a 15-year time difference from when you're watching her perspective and the rest of the class. The rest of the class is back in like a middle school kind of high school type setting because it's a magical kingdom where they're trying to figure out like their powers, blah blah blah, getting stronger. She's born in an egg, so immediately she's an adult spider, so she doesn't have to grow up from like a baby. All of them got to keep their knowledge of the previous world, so it's not like they're starting fresh. They don't know nothing. So your whole adventure you're watching of her is from 15 years ago. In the most recent episode, it's only been 6 months from when she was born. She's already like technically she'd be level 40. And I think all the other characters you meet are only level like 30. It takes them 15 years to get to level 30. She's been here for like 6 months and she's level 40. And she thinks she's weak because the setting she's in, everyone else is much stronger than her and they're just kicking her ass. But the thing that threw me off is within one episode, within 2 episodes, this is her new schizophrenic partner. It's like she keeps track of her body. She's body spider. This is fighting spider. This is magic spider. And then this is library spider. And she like literally she'll be in the middle of combat. She has a thought process in her head talking to all these other spiders. She's like, okay, fighting spider, let's go. And she has like a shitload of powers. Like her list of abilities in the last episode, this is when you find out there's a 15-year difference. There's a big global war that's about to take off between the demon kingdom and like the human race, or specifically one human race. And there's this mage you meet. I forget his name. Fuck him. I don't care. He just got introduced this episode. He's not important. And he's like, oh, I remember 15 years ago, there was this massive spider because they say they're about to be attacked by another spider that had the same powers as her. 15 years ago, I'm like, what? And then they just show her. But the thing is, it's from the perspective of the humans. So she doesn't look like this to humans. She looks like a big, scary spider. They just do this animation from her perspective. And it's fucking hilarious. It's like, oh my God, she has so many fucking powers. They fight her. Literally everyone in the group dies minus him. Like she just fucks everybody up. Then they go back to her perspective. She's like, man, I was having a nice time. I was getting food. I was fucking sleeping. But no, you got to barge in, break into my house. So what? I killed them all. They broke into my house. It's their fault. That's literally the argument she has with herself every time she kills. God, it's such a good show. Now, the animation for the spider, because it's all CG for her. When they do the actual fights, it's a little bit better, but all the monsters are CG, but it works because it's monsters, not people. God, I fucking love this show so much. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. Like, just the fights and the thought process she has in her head herself. Because like in the first couple episodes, she's trying to figure out what the abilities are. She's like, this sounds interesting. Taboo, let's take it. Then she gets taboo level 10. She's like, that sounds bad. Oh, well. And then she gets these massive powers, but there's downsides to everything. Oh, it's fucking hilarious. Oh, also, apparently some random dude in the show, his brother was the hero. He died because only one person can hold the title of hero in the world at a time. He finds out his brother dies because everyone that gets isekai there can check their own skills. And then he gets an update on the skills. It's like, skill acquired, hero. He's like, oh my God, holy shit, my brother died. I love it. That's my short little rant about Spider.
Okay. It definitely looks interesting.
It's not a show for everybody. I'll say that, especially if you don't like spiders.
Yeah, I want to check it out. I've just had a whole lot kind of on my list.
They do skip. Well, it's one of the manga that I have that I want to start reading. Calvin has been reading it, even like the stuff online that the author puts out like weekly, like one little page or whatnot. There is a lot that they skip. To be fair, it's an anime they're probably going to skip. A lot of this stuff he said, it's like stuff that doesn't matter. They skipped it in the first couple episodes and they use it as a plot filler later on, which kind of makes sense because you want to get right to it, especially for a show like this. Yeah, she gets fucked up a lot. Like that's literally one of the fight scenes. She's just biting down the back of a fucking poisonous frog. And she's not like, when I say spider, she's not the size of a spider. She's like half the size of you.
Yeah.
So like, I always thought she was the size of a regular spider, but everything that's just that big. But, oh, that's my show. You were going to talk about another one, weren't you?
ReZero. Oh my God.
I don't know if I want you to talk about it because I'm not caught up and I really want to watch it.
Oh.
I'm sorry. You want to talk about Dr. Stone instead?
No. I want to talk about ReZero. Here, I will say this. The most recent episode of ReZero is very, very good. Each kind of core in each season, they do an amazing job of one of those episodes being standout episodes, and I think for me this most recent episode was one of them. And Studio White Fox just does such a good job. Like I was mentioning to you, like this season 90% of the episodes have like been the full runtime. Like as people are talking, credits are rolling, levels of like that typically happens for the final episode.
Yeah,
that's like every single episode.
Well, they're running low on time, so they gotta pop it out.
It's not even that they're running low on time. There's just so much.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're running low on time.
I hope by the end of this, because there's 2 episodes left, that they like announce season 3. Because if they make people wait another 3 years, that'd be so infuriating. Because Studio White Fox has done a fantastic job.
Imagine waiting over 3 years for another season to come out.
Yeah.
Demon Lord. Dude, that's the one thing I don't like about anime. How long it takes to like... So the thing is, if you watch... because we live in America, for any of our other, I don't know, foreign audience that might watch.
If you couldn't tell.
You can tell. Pulls out gun, smacks on counter.
Typical American accent.
Yeah. Make him... No, I guess. No, but like when we watch a show in America, like I don't know. What's a popular show? Scrubs. I don't know.
Grey's Anatomy.
Okay, imagine like one of those shows go off air for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
There's no chance it's going to come back unless it's like 15, 20 years later and they do one more spin-off season.
Mm-hmm. And if it does come back, it's on a different platform.
Yeah, it's on a different platform. It's definitely just shit. Anime, like what was it? The Demon Lord is a part-timer? Or
Devil is a part-timer?
Yeah, the Devil's a part-timer. Sorry, I'm getting Demon Lord. That was 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Fully Cooley was 10 years. To be fair, Fully Cooley never, I don't think, was supposed to have another season, but they were just like, hey, they wrote more, so here's more. There's a lot of shit that like will take those long breaks. Like Code Geass, fuck, how long has Code Geass been off air and now they're popping out a new movie?
Ava movies.
To be fair, Eva's always been that thing like they're supposed to be more, but they never had the budget. Now they have the budget.
Yeah, but there's still also very massive gaps between each season.
Like that's more of a budgetary thing. Like I want to. It's not like the same as if a show ends and then they're like, okay.
As much as real quick, as much as people are mad about it, you know as well as I do that the only reason this most recent Evangelion movie exists is because Netflix bought the fucking rights to season 1.
No, it's because it's great. Greatest anime ever made. Evangelion.
It's super convenient that a year after, hey, we're making the final movie.
Well, no, they've already had it in talks for all because they did 3.0.
Yeah, but now they got
well, they did 3.0, and then they were waiting to do 3.0 plus 1.0, so they had more money, and now they just have more money.
Why do they have more money?
What?
And why is it that they
their
have
Blu-ray sales? They've had like a decent amount of money for a while. I'm not arguing that like Netflix gave more money. I'm not saying like saying Netflix is the only reason is not the.
No, it was a pretty driving force because Netflix paid a lot, like millions levels of a lot.
Well, yeah, they do for a lot of their shows. Unless it's that remember that movie Watson and Holmes or whatever, the Will Ferrell movie that Netflix wouldn't even touch for $20,000.
Yeah,
like ugh. Do you want me to talk about Jobless or do we want to wait?
You can go ahead and talk about
Dude,
Jobless.
Shit kicks off. We fucking see some racist shit and fucking Jobless.
Oh, they paid $3 million, by the way.
That's it.
That's still a lot.
It's a lot, but that's not enough for their movie. Dude. Okay, we'll go to Eva, then we'll go back to Jobless. Evangelion has made so much money off this last movie because what we talked about, it was just in the first like couple days they made $8 million. No, they made $8 million USD first day Japan box office, which is a lot on a Monday. It was a Monday. Then they set a new record in Japan for IMAX. It's the highest selling single day in IMAX in Japan.
The most recent is 3.0 plus 1.0.
Yes, because Evangelion knows how to name movies and number stuff too. Because there's Evangelion 1.0, then there's 2.0, then there's 3.33, then there's 3.0 plus 1.0. And then there was like...
3.0 came out in 08.
3.0? What about 3.33? Wasn't that like 2015? This comes back to the thing. They probably could have made this movie long ago if they just would have kickstarted this shit. Like I'm telling you, that's going to be the new way of anime. Just kickstart everything. And speaking of movies, I'm sorry, we're getting so sidetracked. Speaking of movies, we forgot to mention this. Why can't I think of the name? Jesus. Demon Slayer. Mm-hmm. Demon Slayer got announced for the U.S. release, finally, for the movie, so we can watch Season 2, because Season 2's on its way. Which also kind of sucks, considering we've seen the trailer for Season 2, so it kind of spoils maybe a little bit from the movie. Mm-hmm. But I think the movie here comes out April 9th. You can buy tickets. April 22nd, you can see the movie. So I already requested April 22nd and 23rd off for work. So I'm going to watch the movie twice. Don't be hating. I love that. I love Demon Slayer. I don't think it... I think it's just way overhyped right now. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. Animation's beautiful. Story's great. But I feel like the hype people give it a little bit more than it should. That's just my personal opinion on it.
Yeah.
What were you looking at?
When did you say it? Is it here in Iowa we're getting a viewing?
Yep. Everywhere in the U.S. it's that's partnered with them. So I think it's all the Cinemarks. Again, because usually Cinemark partners with Funimation. It's usually not AMC. Or if it is AMC, it's a little bit later.
That was what that Funimation announcement was?
Yeah. That was the 16th. What was that? 2 days ago? So tickets don't go on sale until the 9th, though.
When does it air? May?
No, April.
Yeah, sorry.
April 9th, you can buy tickets. April 22nd is the first air dates. Or technically, no, April 22nd at like 8 p.m. because technically that's the 23rd box office. So they're trying to stack up their box office numbers, which is stupid that they count it like that. But hey, whatever. No, but the other thing I was going to talk about is Jobless Reincarnation. We were just talking in the living room. Or sorry, the main office. Shut up. But no, I saw the notification on, I think it was my anime list. They were expecting a part 2 of Jobless Reincarnation for this summer. And season 1's been so good so far. The most recent episode, there's been some, the past couple episodes, because I think we're 3 episodes behind talking about it. 3, maybe 4. I don't remember exactly. I think it's just 3, though. They meet one of these people called Superds or Supers, whatever. Superds, I think is the actual thing. And basically it's people with like green hair with like a red emerald in the middle of their head. Kind of like a third eye. Because he even says they use it as a third eye to track other demons or people. They just basically use it to hunt and shit. And the thing is, these Superds have always had a bad reputation in society because they're known as being extremely violent. They're going to kill you. And then they kind of give you a hint at why. Apparently there was this big war and they were allied with everyone against the demons. But they were given these, like, apparently their souls are tied to staffs. So they were given these new staffs to fight with. And the staffs basically made them crazy and they turned on each other. They started killing, like, friends, family, children. And you meet this Superd guy because our boy, Ruji, I don't remember his name. Whatever, that's besides the point. He and this other girl he's with get teleported like all the way across the world to a different part of the continent. And they meet this guy. Now they're on this new journey of, okay, we got to get her home. And I'm like, you guys have 2 episodes left to get her home. Is this how we're going to start the second season? It's just you going around trying to get her back home? Because obviously it's like, think of it like kind of like late Renaissance era. That's kind of how the technology has gone in this world. Rudy Rudy is his name. It's like weird. It's like Ryuji or Ryudi or whatever. And he's the one that got isekai'd here.
Mm-hmm. Is the world kind of similar to Shield Hero?
Yeah, I'd say similar to Shield Hero. I think it's a little, it's about on par between Shield Hero and Konosuba, kind of how it feels.
Mm.
Obviously, that's both kind of the same era tech-wise on there, too.
It seems to be super common kind of era.
Because it's a fantasy. Isekai is just a cheap way to get into a fantasy world with, I kind of hate the whole, like, oh, I've been isekai'd. As long as the show doesn't play off of I'm isekai'd too much. Like, Shield Hero does a good job of, he has some flashbacks, but it's not, like, breaking. Or if they do the Konosuba way of, here, I'll sell all the rights to all my ideas of, like, before I get isekai'd.
Yeah, it's kind of a similar thing with ReZero. Like, he focuses on now, and the one time that they do bring up his past, like, it's done very, very well as him, like, trying to beat a trial in, like,
it's a whole mixture. The one thing I will say about Jobless Reincarnation, the one thing that threw me off, I think it's the most, not this episode, but last episode, he, like, it's in the middle of him going from where he was teleported from to where he's teleporting to. He's, like, in this heaven state where he's, like, knocked out and he's talking to God. And God looks like the fucking Wii Fit trainer. The male Wii, like, literally, he looks like the male Wii Fit trainer. And Calvin's watching it with me. I'm like, no, I didn't know Nintendo owned heaven, too. And he's talking. And the weird thing is, like, they gave God this big, like, high-pitched, squeaky kind of voice. Yeah, it was weird. It was fucking weird as hell. You want to talk about Wandering Egg? I think we got time to talk about Wandering Egg.
I haven't seen the most recent episode. So, what's a couple of shows you want to see, just because we talked about, like, the gaps, that, like, want to see that haven't had another season and it's been a while?
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
That's a rap story.
So is Fooly Cooly. What's your point?
The Fooly Cooly is very different. Like, come on now. For me, I want to see more Saga of Tanya the Evil.
That's still expected. They did the movie, but every time I hear news about it, they're like, oh, it's expected this summer, and then, like, something happens and they delay it again. Because I think they're still on the hunt for a studio. Because I don't know if they're going to use the same studio or not.
I don't see why they wouldn't. The current studio that had done both.
What is it again?
I'd have to look it up, but they did a very good job. Like,
they did a good job, but if I remember correctly, that studio is very terrible at making a season 2.
I mean,
I can't remember the name. What's the name? Fuck.
It's already been 4 years since it came out, the original one. Studio.
Is it Wick Studio? No, it's not. It's Studio Matt.
Studio Nut.
Studio Nut. Insert sound bit here. No, I'm excited for it. They did a good job. I think because isn't the light novel still ongoing? So maybe they're giving it more time to build on top of that. Because Tanya came out, what? That was like...
They're the ones that did Fooly Cooly Alternative.
Trash. Alternative wasn't bad, don't get me wrong. It's just, you didn't need to do more.
Yeah, they have not done a lot. They did Decadence, Fooly Cooly Alternative, and Saga of Tanya the Evil. That's all they've ever done.
I'm trying to think of what else I'd like to see more of. Sorry, I was trying to get ideas by looking behind me, but all those are complete shows. There's not really, like, the thing is, all the shows I'd kind of want to see more of, I already know they're confirmed for another season, like Megalobox. I want more of that because it has a Cowboy Bebop feel, and they already announced, like, they're doing another season of it. It doesn't look great. I don't think it'll be as good. I think it'll be all right.
Overlord?
Listen, man, the last 2 times I wanted another season, they look like shit.
Season 2
Season 2 was just fucking lizards the whole time. So they just over lizard. They just fucked around.
But season 2
That's literally all it was. It was like 10 episodes of lizards fighting and 3 episodes of Ainzu and Gull, or whatever his name is. And then season 3 was just terrible because, like, I have no problem with using CG, but that was dog shit. Like, you have the money. The story's good. People pay a lot of money for the figures and shit, and then you put out this terrible looking animation. Ruined the show. I'm done with it.
I want to see another season.
Ooh, All Out.
Sorry.
You say what you're going to say. I'm going to pull a picture of it. You have definitely never seen
this. There's a couple shows. Saga of Tanya the Evil, I think, would be super great to see another season. Yo, Konosuba fucking season 3 would be nice. You guys have done the movie. Announce the next fucking season, for Christ's sakes. Someone's made quite a bit of money off the Megamine figures. You guys can afford another fucking season.
They made no money off me.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Also, personal preference, I'd like to see another season of Hibiki Euphonium, Sound Euphonium.
It's just too beautifully animated. They need at least 10 years.
Unfortunately, some of the original animators are no longer.
Don't even bring that up.
Yeah.
That's rough. It's rough, buddy. No, All Out. It's a anime about rugby. For some reason, I really fucking love sports anime. I won't watch the actual sport because fuck the actual sport. It's boring as shit. I mean, rugby's interesting, but like, I'm not going to watch baseball in real life. That's boring as shit. I'm not going to watch golf. I've watched a golf anime. It was actually kind of interesting, but because, it's always overworked up. Like, oh, if I could make this one putt, then... Trying to think of other animes. I'd have to get back to you on that. I mean, there's not really a whole bunch that stick out to me because I'm pretty happy how they ended a lot of it. What happens if I just type in anime?
Classroom of the Elite. They never made a fucking season 2 of that. They left that shit
Oh, shit. I forgot
open.
about that. Yeah, that's still... I think it's still planned-ish.
Yeah, just 5 years off. Yeah, we should get ready and wrap this up.
We should definitely wrap it up.
Yeah. Looking down, by the way, apparently they
SpongeBob anime
just announced
Akudama Drive. I want another season of that shit.
It's fully wrapped story.
Well, I know, but I want something like it. I want this animation again. It was so good.
Higurashi is getting a season 2 for the remake. You watched 4 episodes.
I watched the original. I thought it was trash.
I mean,
ooh,
you have trash.
I know
taste.
they already confirmed it, but
they're like OVAs. It's a 4 episode OVA. They need like another proper season. That'd be cool. Yeah,
I would say Bleach, but Bleach is already getting another season.
Yeah,
is that this year?
Should be this or next year. But I think that's about it. Thank you for watching.
No, you're welcome.
Like and subscribe.
No, don't. Unsubscribe. Don't like.
Don't do that. Don't do that.